Okay, you count until 10.
Okay. Hi, good evening, dear friends. This is Efrat from Jerusalem. Thank you again for coming. Today, I would like to share you, as I began last week, sharing what I found when I'm looking for spark of hope. Because the biggest picture of reality is huge. It's the war and Nasrallah and politics and everything that on the news and on the media. And in many times, the spark of hope has to do with individual. And today I would like to introduce to you a rabbi called the Rabbi Gottlieb. He is an Orthodox, very religious Orthodox Jewish, who see his mission to take out the Orthodox society into the light, as to speak. And he comes out with very universal spiritual ideas and humanistic ideas about what we call every human life is sacred. And he just meet a lot of people and give what he sees as the real meaning of the Bible, of the Torah. And it is very, very extraordinary act here in the atmosphere of the religious people in Israel, where one of the biggest split you can see, and then to find this special person, Rabbi Gottlieb. Thank you.
Hi, good to hear about local endeavors like this that bring the sacredness of life, the sacredness of human life. Here I would like to bring my own perception, my own grasp of the meaning of the events of those last weeks here in the area. And it's very subjective. The war has risen to a further step that creates both confusion and changes in the outlook of our reality. The killing of the leadership of Hezbollah has released to the surface volcanic underground reactions from some of the Arab countries. This was for me a revelation that is changing the picture I had till now of Arab nations making efforts to band together facing the Israeli threat of occupation of Palestinian territories. Like, for instance, Lebanon, after the death of Nasrallah, is now expressing its hope to free itself from Hezbollah and regain its autonomy. Sunnis in Syria and other countries are celebrating. They're only sorry that it hasn't been done by Muslims and that this terrible job has been done by Jews. So unexpected for us. In other areas of the Arab world, Nasrallah's death brought mourning. So there are contrasting reactions that show the deep divisions between the different factions in the Arab world. And for me, it was really a revelation. I mean, I did not expect it. We are also witnessing on a very underground level parallel efforts that are made towards the birth of Palestinian states. More and more, in more and more areas, you hear about it. Do I dare to say, are those the birth pangs of a Palestinian state? Who knows what is going to be the next step in this in those tectonic movements that are happening in our area. We are staying with this complexity that we cannot even foresee. So I'm all in awe, sharing this awe and a kind of confusion and development that are happening here. And thank you for being with us.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Helen and Efrat, for your report. And it is really amazing how things change from day to day. It's hard to keep up with the dynamics. And for us, it is really, I think it is really, really important to just try to stay in our inner center. Now in Libra, maybe it's easier, hopefully, in spite of everything, to keep in balance in ourselves and in our immediate surroundings. Yeah, to be in the eye of the storm, because the storm is really picking up. So let us start our work today. Of course, our being together week after week, it really helps to keep our stability in the face of this storm, to be constantly enveloped by the group, as the group is really, really helpful. And also thank you for your comments, for your little missives that you sent us in support. Thank you very much. So let us just take a breath and settle into our body. Touching base with our earth. Sensing ourselves all together, sitting on the same earth. Feeling our heart. allowing it to become soft. Finding a point of equilibrium in ourselves. And focusing now our awareness in the center of the head. Letting soul energy flood the personality. And standing as a conscious soul in this incarnation. And as such, let us link in with each other on this call. And with our many colleagues in all nations. Feeling our hearts unite in the group heart. And letting the light of our minds weave a telepathic field. A shared lighted space. Standing together as souls in the will to peace. And as a group, let us make contact now with our higher co-workers on the subtle planes who guide this work, who support us. Taking a moment to let our group heart attune to this higher vibration of all-inclusive love. And holding this place of love and focused silence, let us now turn our eyes to the Middle East. And just getting an overview, a sense of this mainly Arab Muslim world. This field of consciousness, taking a moment to sense it in high intensity. Getting a sense of what's going on in this field of consciousness. And let us now focus in on the Palestinians in this large field. Palestinians mainly in Gaza, the West Bank, within the borders of Israel, in some of the other countries, sensing this Palestinian field of consciousness. And now focusing on the field of consciousness of the Jewish population within the Middle East. And holding in our awareness, in the group awareness, the interaction between these three fields of consciousness. And as we do so, let us endeavor to release all judging and just observing the dynamics, the emotion and mental forces at play. And focusing now back at the midway point between what's happening on the ground and on high, and shifting our focus towards on high and within the aura of our higher co-workers. Let us open now to the divine plan, to that part of the divine plan that has to do with the Middle East. Taking a few moments to sense, to open our consciousness to what may be possible, to what is intended. Now, bringing down the love and the vision from on high into our midway point. And let us act now as a conduit for them. See and sense a shaft of pure golden white light, broad and brilliant, flood West Asia. See a huge column of light pouring through all planes. Let us hold this column steady in the will to peace. See soul light flooding the mental sphere of the Middle East. And visualize the mental forces slowly aligning to an inclusive vision. To the vision that every human life is sacred. And that only together peace can come about. See soul light pouring into the emotional sphere of the Middle East, touching hearts, gently opening them to the awareness that Jewish, Palestinian, and Arab people are all part of the same family. Let us hold space for this growing realization that must happen. Let us stand there accompanying it with our will to love. Let us visualize now the light pouring into the etheric physical plane of the Middle East, penetrating into the earth, and pulsing, continuing the disintegration process of the old separative patterns as they work themselves out We see them disintegrating, dissipating. And see a transmuting process underway within the pillar of light on all planes. On the mental, emotional, and this subconscious plane. Let's take a moment to hold space for it within all these three communities, fields of consciousness, the Jewish, the Palestinian, and the Arab Muslim population in the Middle East. And let us invoke the higher forces to help with this transmuting and releasing process. Let us reach out to the Lords of Liberation, seeing and sensing their liberating, releasing energy flowing through this pillar of light. Helping to destroy the old hindering separative forms. That light and love and power and death fulfill the purpose of the coming one. The rule of evil now must end. And let us visualize this end, an end to the violent conflict, as it must come about through common agreements being forged within and between all nations and religions in West Asia. And in this process, let us visualize this solar plexus intensity in this area slowly giving way to a heart opening. From solar plexus, transferring the energies to the heart. Let us visualize this with massed intent as we are now pronouncing the great invocation in Hebrew and in Arabic.
מנקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, יזרום האור אל דעת האדם. ירד האור על פני האדמה. מנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, יזרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש. ישוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. מהמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם. תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים ומשרתים. מהמרכז אשר נקרא המין האנושי, שם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון, ויחדשו אור אהבה ועוצמה, את התוכנית על פני האדמה. אמן.
من نقطة النور في العقل الإلهي ليشاع النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإلهي ليتسرب الحب في قلوب الناس وليرجع معلم الكون إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية التي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعم بالجنس البشري لينتج تسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة التسمين على الأرض. الله أمين.